Hi guys, in today's gear review I wanted to give you a quick update after shooting 7,500 rounds through my Bul Armory SAS 2 Ultimate Racer in 9mm major. I bought the Ultimate Racer in November 2018 and I've shot approximately 7,500 rounds through it in training and IPSC matches. Over the past couple of years, I've done some significant upgrades to improve the handling of the gun and also to personalize it a little more compared to the factory Ultimate Racer. I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up. I've changed out the original aluminum magwell for a brass one, which adds more weight to the lower end of the grip, which keeps the gun much more in balance. Then I also exchanged the polymer Bul Armory grip for the steel Bul Armory grip, which also improves the aggressiveness of the stippling and also adds and improves the balance of the entire gun, especially in recoil. I do have to thank my fellow competitive shooter Eddie for installing the grip. I'm not a gunsmith and he is much more experienced with it, and he actually installed the grip because it does need some tweaking and some gunsmithing to make sure that it fits onto the lower frame. So thank you for that, Eddie. I also exchanged the original MB safety for the double alpha extended and shielded MB safety. I also exchanged the first generation Bul Armory red dot mount for the latest generation of red dot mount, which is adjustable and is a huge benefit compared to the original one, especially if you have bigger and larger hands. I also removed the original Nico Sterling red dot and I've added a 6 Sauer Romeo 3 XL because it has a much larger window that you can look through, and I've also added skateboard tape to the slide wrecker so that it gives me much more grip when I need to wreck the gun. Another thing that I've experimented with quite intensively, especially during trainings, is the recoil spring. I've used 7, 8, 9, 10 pound springs in the gun over extended periods of time to see how the gun actually feels in recoil. And I do have to say that since the last 6 months I've been shooting with an 8 pound recoil spring, which eliminated almost to zero any feeding issues, any issues extracting the cases from the chamber. So rarely to never any more stovepipes with the Ultimate Racer because of the 8 pound spring that I've installed. The ejector started to become just a tiny bit loose, and then I actually exchanged the pin retaining the ejector and the problem was solved. On the Bul Armory Max, this is a stainless steel one, but you also have them in black. I'm really not too fond of them. I think it's very low quality, especially the original base plate that is on the magazines is a very light plastic one, and I exchanged it for an aluminium one because the plastic ones dropped off, especially if I did mag changes and the mags fell onto the ground. These things came loose and then the spring and the follower just went anywhere together with the bullets, or even worse, the plastic actually broke, for which you could not use the mags in training anymore. So I exchanged the useless plastic base plates for aluminium ones, and that actually improved it. And I also exchanged the original springs in the mags for the Bul Armory improved springs. For all my IPSC level 1, 2 and 3 matches, I only use MBX mags because they are consistent, of much better quality, better springs and better followers, causing significantly less issues in the gun. Another complaint I have on the Ultimate Racer is the wrecker. Bul uses a different cut into the slide compared to other manufacturers, so it's very difficult to find an aftermarket wrecker, and I'm not too fond of the geometry of the original wrecker, and I do recommend to Bul Armory to design a couple of other wreckers that you can fit onto especially the different open guns that have different angles and are set backwards higher and backwards more, so that there's much more clearance for the thumbs of the shooters, especially for those shooters who have big hands and big thumbs, to prevent that the thumb actually hits this standard wrecker. I clean and lube all my open race guns every time I shoot them, either training or matches, and to date I have had no issues whatsoever. There's very little wear and tear on the outside and or on the inside of the gun, so very high quality gun and high quality components, and I'm sure that I can still shoot a lot of rounds through the Ultimate Racer.